Good morning, Washington. Good afternoon, Washington. Actually, I'm doing a late Dave TV today. It's almost 5:30. This is the 19th of April, 2011. How y'all doing, everybody? Look at this. Hyacinth Bouquet. It's spelled bucket, but she says Hyacinth Bouquet. Keeping up appearances. Are you being served? And as time goes by, 3 great British sitcoms, and I presume they're going to be on a brand new channel. WETA is launching a new channel. They are early June. They're going to take their 26.2 channel, and they're going to flip it over to something called WETA UK. So that should be very cool. You know, I've always wondered why there isn't an all British TV channel on cable here in America. You know, BBC America started a couple of years back as that. It was originally, you know, had all these British shows on it, you know, Ground Force and a lot of these shows and Ab Fab and everything. And eventually they just kind of gutted the channel, and it basically runs Top Gear and Gordon Ramsay, and that's about it anymore. Some Doctor Who on the weekends. And Star Trek, which isn't even a British show. But anyhow, so Channel 26, if you live in the D.C. area, great news, and you love British television, they're going to be running comedies and dramas and, I guess, old Masterpiece Theaters and maybe stuff like Lovejoy, and hopefully we'll get to see Fawlty Towers and One Foot in the Grave. There's a whole bunch of cool British shows that I love. Maybe some old Rumpole of the Bailey or something. So looks good. Looks like really cool. Channel 26. So that will be starting on June the 2nd, WETA UK. And you know, if you've got cable, you've already gone to get it, because that 26.2 channel, I believe, is kind of a catch-all channel for WETA right now, and it will be on Comcast 265, Verizon 474, and Cox 800 in the DC area. WETA will continue to run their kids channel, and then they run a standard def version of WETA HD also on one of their sub-channels. So those 3 sub-channels will continue. And one of them will be WETA UK. So that is very cool. I'm looking forward to that a lot. And the other thing, you know, if you like British television too, Channel 22 WMPT in Maryland Public Television has for many, 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 many years run an afternoon block called Afternoon Tea of British television. Between, say, I don't know, what is it, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 4. They run, these as time goes by, keeping up appearances, and as Are You Being Served are shown every day on NPT in that afternoon block on their main channel. So there we go. All right, folks, that's the big news today. The big news today. I was looking at the Washington Post today. A little headline blooper there. Whoops. Whatever. Great newspaper there. The other thing that kind of got me a little riled up a bit, I was looking at today's Examiner. There we go. You know, I have mixed feelings about this paper. I think, you know, in many respects, it's a nice, good read. It's free. They do a nice job of, you know, condensing today's news and just kind of slapping it in here. It's not a lot of fluff and blather like in the Washington Post, and it's free. And it's a nice, you know, I think it's well edited, well done. I like the story lengths. I like the fact that it's kind of a quick read. It's maddening in their kind of, you know, right-wing, anti-Obama-ish kind of editorial stance. You know, if it was a little more centrist, you know, in terms of politics, you know, they seem to really like to slam on Democrats and kiss ass to Republicans in this paper. But other than that, you know, if you can get past that political bullshit that they hurt themselves with, it's not a bad little paper. But anyhow, I was looking at an ad that was running in it today, and you know, this is a 2-page ad that goes on pages 18 and 19 in today's Examiner. And look at it. It says, consumers dump cable and satellite for invention that pulls in free TV with no bills. And what's that invention? An antenna. This ad is kind of making it sound like, ooh, this device that costs $47, you can watch free TV. And look at the channels you can get. You can get You can get NBC HD and ABC HD and CBS HD and Fox HD, and you can get, and it's like and they make this thing in it where they say 953 crystal clear over the air digital TV shows. So I guess they take these dozen channels and they add up all the numbers of shows on them, and they say you get 900 shows. You're not getting 900 channels. You're going to get maybe 15 or 16 channels. The thing is, any old antenna will get you that. You go down to Radio Shack and buy a $10 antenna, and if you live in a good area, you'll get these channels. You don't need this $47 miracle device that they're hawking here. You really don't. I guess it's just an antenna, basically. They're making it sound like, you put this fancy $50 cable box or $50 box on your TV, and you'll miraculously get all these wonderful channels that are already there. When they came up with digital television back in 2009, television still remained free. Now, the problem with digital television when you watch it over the air is that, any fluctuation in the signal can cause you problems. In the old days of analog television, if the signal wasn't so good, if it had snow or lines or dots in it or something, you can still watch it. But if there's any imperfections in the signal, your screen will pixelate and go to black. So that's a problem with any antenna, including this one. If you're using this antenna, $47 miracle antenna in a bad location, you're not going to get much either. So that's why a lot of people have gone to cable, because then you get a consistently strong signal on cable, and you can watch digital with no problem when you're on a cable or a satellite service that's delivering you a consistent signal. But when you're watching over the air, if you live in a bad location, you're not going to get much on digital TV, even with this gizmo. But they're acting like here are the zip codes that it's available in, some federal program. Come on, man, this is just a fancy antenna. You're going to pay $47 for an antenna? Be my guest, but, this ad makes it sound like it's some kind of miracle cure. It's just plain old digital television. You can get it with any antenna. If you live in a good area, get the old rabbit ears out, put them up, and see what you can get. I don't know. That made me a little angry when I read that. Kind of a little bit, if you read the fine print, it basically says it's a digital antenna. But it's no more than that. It's no secret mystery cable service that's going to get you 900 shows. Out of a dozen plus channels. All right, folks. So there's my rant of the day. What else is going on today? Yeah, that's about it, folks. 50 people leaving the Washington Post. Hey, that paper's doing great, right? It's really doing great. I had some sad news to report. Yesterday we reported that Paul Drazy, 55, that's not very old. Longtime radio personality for Leesburg's WAGE, Wage Radio, passed away at Fairfax Hospital April 16th. A gunshot wound, although we don't have any more details on that. We'll get him to you. But he worked at the station since he was 10, so he worked there like 40 years. Loudoun County used to have a radio station that covered Loudoun County, WAGE 1200 AM at Leesburg. Kind of went off the air in 2009. Then they flipped it around, got changed, bought and sold. And now it's WCRW, which broadcasts some Chinese English language service on 1190 transmitter there near Ashburn, right near Redskins Park there. But there's really no Loudoun content on the station anymore. It's sad. Loudoun County with a population of, I don't know how many people live in Loudoun now. Close to 500,000 now. 300,000 or 400,000 live in Loudoun now. No radio station, really, that actually serves Loudoun County. Hey, FCC, how do you like that one for community service? All right, folks, that's my Dave TV for today, the 19th of April, 2012. Thanks for watching. So, there.